Yo, what is good, you guys? So today, apparently, Trump makes a major announcement in the White House. I think it has something to do with possibly the war ending. Let's see. Let's find out.
We showed that it could be done. And this wasn't just sending big,
We'll
strong
have to,
guys.
we'll
And
have
they
to
are
see.
big and they are strong. You know, we had a great decision from the Supreme Court that had to do with sort of talent. It had to do with you are put down based on merit. You can hire based on merit. So merit for a soldier or for a policeman is strong, physically fit, something, you know, having a certain ability, not a person that is woke and got the job through woke, but wasn't strong enough to lift a gun out of the holster, et cetera, et cetera. No, I looked at the police. As you know, last week I went over, we had a meeting with, there had to be 300 people, and they were all very impressive looking. And when the bad guys see them, they're not going to do a thing. And so I'm very proud of Washington. It serves as a template.
Oh, yeah,
And,
this is
uh,
the
we're
one we
gonna do
already
it
started.
elsewhere,
So I
but
think we actually jump
it's
here.
of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
We signed a deal with South Korea. We signed a deal with the European Union. We signed a deal with Europe. And those countries are paying us $950 billion, and they're happy about it. They're okay. As one of them said, it's amazing that we got away with it so long. One of my friends, a leader of one of the countries, and they're fine with it. They all signed. If that ruling ever went against us, I guess we'd have to give back hundreds of billions. We would have to give trillions and trillions of dollars back to countries that have been ripping us off for the last 35 years. And I can't imagine it happening. On a legal basis, they have no legal basis whatsoever. But on a common sense basis, it would destroy America. Okay.
You talked about controlling the sky. On Sunday, the satellite signal of Ursula von der Leyen's plane was led
With Ursula? Well, she had an interesting event. She's a tremendous woman.
What's good,
and so
Glade?
what are you
Welcome
asking me
in.
about her?
NATO is concerned about too about this
True, NATO is concerned about it. Well, nobody knows where it came from, but they did take away her ability to use a phone. You know? Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that could happen to me. I'd be very happy.
Considering reducing the tariffs on India from 50%,
What does that mean?
are you considering taking away some of the tariffs that you've imposed on India?
No, we get along with India very well, but India has, you have to understand, for many years it was a one-sided relationship. Only now since I came along, and because of the power that we have with tariffs, India was charging us tremendous tariffs, about the highest in the world. They were about the highest in the world, number one. And we therefore weren't doing much business with India, but they were doing business with us.
Worst
but
on the
we weren't
planet?
charging them foolishly.
Greatest president ever?
We weren't
Immediately,
charging
chat
them.
split.
So they would send in
Let's see what they think about this
you know,
poll.
everything they made, they'd send it in, pour it into our country. Therefore, it wouldn't be made here, you know, which is a negative. But we would not send in anything because they were charging us 100% tariffs. And, you know, I'll give you an example, Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson couldn't sell into India. There was a 200% tariff on a motorcycle. So what happens? Harley Davidson went to India and built a motorcycle plant. And now they don't have to pay tariffs. Same thing as us. So what we're doing is literally thousands of companies are coming into the U.S., car companies, AI, but, you know, more traditionally car companies. We have so many car company
I would have
factories
voted
under
Scooby-Doo instead of
construction
Trump. That's
being
wild.
designed right now. And they're coming from China, they're coming from Mexico, I must tell you, and they're coming from Canada. A lot of them coming from Canada. But they're coming into our country because they want to build here. And they want to build here for two reasons. Number one, they'd like to be here. And number two, the tariffs are protecting them. And number three, they want to avoid paying tariffs. When they build their cars here, they don't have any tariffs to pay. You know, when you build here, you don't have any tariffs.
Mr. President,
Go ahead,
in
please.
light of the Minnesota shooting last week, the Department of Homeland Security is now awarding more than $100 million to hundreds of faith organizations across the country to help them ramp up security. What's your vision for further protecting religious liberty across the country amid incidents of threats and
So
violence?
religious liberty is so important, and we're talking about every religion now, and we're doing things on that nobody else has ever done, and we're going to be having a big announcement in about 2 weeks on that question. Yeah, please.
He's going to have a big announcement in 2 weeks to answer your question. Just hang tight.
Willing to relocate from Colorado to Alabama
I'm not worried. It will get somebody else. I mean, the problem with
Sheesh.
Colorado is they have a very corrupt voting system. Look, I have so many friends in Colorado. Anytime you have mail-in voting, you have corrupt elections. Very simple. It's very simple. Even Jimmy Carter said it with his commission. They set up a commission with him and Scoop Jackson and some people highly regarded.
Yo, why did the way he
And
say
they said the one thing,
Scoop?
the finding was, if you
Scoop
have mail-in
Jackson?
voting, you will have corrupt
Oh, that sounds so
elections.
weird.
Your radical left governor.
All right, chat.
decided that he
You
was
already know
going
the
to have
game.
all
Roll
mail-in
up with
voting
me,
in Colorado.
and let's try to
Once you
battle this
all
word vomit.
Mail-in voting, and for whatever reason, the Democrats cheat, and they cheat like, they're not stupid. That's the only thing. They're no good on policy, they're no good on management, they're no good at government, but they're great at cheating, and they stick together too. I give them credit for sticking together. Please.
Obviously, this is a big win for national security, moving this to Alabama. We've all can agree with that.
Big.
Is there any idea the economic impact
Huge.
this has on the state and on that local area?
Katie, do you want to answer that?
Look, I mean,
The impact is huge.
This is going to be tremendous. I mean, the state of Alabama, what we've seen through this process is the worst of Washington. We've seen politics get in the way of what is best for the warfighter, what's best for national security. And the state of
Bonging
Alabama
it?
is about to
Love
show
to
the
see it, brother.
country, the
Normally I roll a
best among
blunt,
us.
but today
we
we're
know
rolling
the
a
economic
joint.
impact is going to be tremendous. There at Redstone Arsenal, we're proud
Today
to
we're
house
rolling a joint.
everything from
See how purdy I can get it. It's not my strong suit, chat.
FBI to headquarters there for material command, to a number of things. We obviously have NASA with Marshall Space Flight Center, and so this naturally fits within. When you look at the decision matrix that they placed in front of us, that's why we ranked so high, is because we have the resources necessary and the ability
'Cause
to
we're
build out
America.
quickly to meet the needs in front of us. As far as economic impact, it would be tremendous. Does anybody have an exact number? 1,600 jobs. With 3,000 spin off. Look at this. This is teamwork right here. So we are really proud, and the people of Alabama are ready.
You're talking to the
get to
fact
work.
checkers.
Yeah, please.
Owning a home and going about the American dream seems like it's out of touch for a lot of Americans. Just
Yeah.
recently, you pushed out a statement about addressing.
All right, she's ready to go.
That's right, we're thinking about doing that.
Yeah, can you just?
Well, we need a little help from the Fed. We have a man named Jerome Too Late Powell. You probably heard of him. It's too late.
Jerome
It's way
Too Late Powell.
And the economy is so strong that it's pushing through that. Normally, it would have been much tougher, but we're doing so well that we're.
All right, what do we think,
pushing through.
chat?
It
Not
makes
too
it
bad?
Very hard for people to get mortgages.
Not too bad, guys?
Because too late is too late.
She's
Very
purdy.
simple.
She's not bad.
It's too late. And probably political, whatever. He wasn't too late before the election. Before the election, he was cutting rates, right? Because he was hoping that, I guess, Biden would get in, or that Kamala would. He was a big Biden guy. Explain that one. And then he was a Kamala person. But he was hoping, I guess, she'd win, I guess. I don't know. It didn't work out too well. But, yeah, we need a very serious cut. You know, I think that if you look back many decades ago, the
Fat
United
one?
States was always the lowest, even if they were doing badly.
That one's good,
The
chat.
United States was, because without the United States,
It's a little
everything
stinger.
in the world
Don't
would
be
die.
rude.
It's true. It's so powerful. It's
Yo,
so big.
hey,
And
thank
I
you for the
made
sub on
I
YouTube.
made
Welcome
it
in.
Really big in the
The
first
homie.
4 years. Then it started to degenerate with what this Biden administration did. But we built it up to a level that I never thought we could be at this quickly. We're the hottest, we're the best financially. The money coming in is so big.
That
because of
joint is
tariffs.
lopsided.
And
No,
other
it's a
things were
baseball
because of
bat, bro.
tariffs.
It's this side is
Tariffs
smaller
gets us
because
even those other
it's gonna be the
things.
roach.
Plus, it gets us great negotiators.
It's a baseball bat. It's supposed to be smaller here.
And numerous of those wars were because of trade.
Hybrid. It's a
And
hybrid,
numerous
chat.
of the trade deals that I made were because of tariffs. It gives you a great negotiating
We're like a little
ability.
both over here.
If that ability were taken away from us by a
All right, we gotta
liberal
keep up with the
court
word vomit
acting
now.
on
Everybody smoke up.
essentially foreign nations asking to get help from the United States government, when they've been doing this to us for 40 years, that's why we have $38 trillion in debt. We won't have it for long if they let us, if they allow us to do what everybody knows we should be able to do. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, another Biden-era action that you're now reversing is that you're signing a bill this week to make federal buildings adopt and embrace classical architecture styles again. Can you talk to us about why you do that, and also what's your vision?
Everybody
We
double
wanna
tap
see
your
beautiful
screens. Make
buildings.
sure you sub up.
Now, you know, it's in the eye of the
This is only
beholder.
just a
I've
trickle
seen
of what we do on this
architecture
channel.
reviews that
You're gonna want to
over the
be here.
years, an expert at it. I've gotten a lot of great reviews, but I've seen buildings that I didn't think were very good get great reviews, and I've seen great buildings get bad reviews. So, but it's just a standard. We want to have a good standard. We're building something here, you know, for 150
Make weed
years,
legal
they
in
wanted a
Wales?
ballroom at the
I
White House. We're
agree.
doing something at the highest level, using great architects.
Got to petition that, chat.
And
Gotta help
you know,
our
it's very
Walians.
exciting. But we have a lot of interesting things happening architecturally in D.C. And D.C. is like a different place. And
The
you know, even
strain today
contractors said,
is
Sir, we walked down today. We feel
lemon
like
cherry
much
gelato.
safer.
Hope all is well with
It's
you,
like a
brother.
different place.
Welcome in everyone that's just now
DC is
coming
great.
in.
Now we're going to also beautify
Light up
it.
and listen with me.
We're going to put a topping on the roads. We're not going to rip them apart and take 4 years to build a road that was exactly the same by the time you build it. But we're going to put toppings. We're going to put new medians.
Chris,
in.
thank
We're
you for
gonna
the
get
sub on
graffiti
YouTube.
off.
Welcome
We're gonna
in.
put tiles up in the tunnels where the tiles are missing. We'll do the whole tunnel instead of, you know, a little area where you see.
Chat's a DEA.
tiles, old
Where?
tiles that never look too good, but they could use it. You know, they've been up 50 years. They've served their duty. But we're going to make this.
No, this is not
within
Archie Bunker. This
about a
is
20-mile radius from
Tim Pool with
the White
hair.
House. We're going to have this place spick and span. It's going to be crime-free.
This is
and it's gonna
American
be
Young Cook from Stray
spick and span.
Kids.
It's going to be. You'll be proud of Washington again. Go ahead, please.
Sir, China's having a massive military parade that President Putin and Kim Jong-un will be attending. Do you interpret that as a challenge to this? And are you
No.
concerned at all about those countries?
No.
Nah.
Some sort of counterweight.
Not at all. China needs
Octofrost,
us. I
aloha,
have a
kitty.
very
Thank
good
you for the subs on
relationship
YouTube.
with
Welcome
President
in.
Xi, as you know.
I could make a superhero
But
team out of
China
you two.
needs us much more than we need them. No, I don't see that at all. And I had actually a very good meeting with President Putin a couple of weeks ago. We'll see if anything comes out of it. If it doesn't, we'll take a different stance.
Everyone on March today in California ruled that the deployment of National Guard troops to Los Angeles was illegal. Do you have any response?
Well,
reaction to that?
it was a radical left judge, but very importantly, what did you not tell me in that question or statement that you made pretty much of a statement?
Question and or statement.
No, you didn't say what the judge said, though. The judge said, but you can leave the 300 people that you already have in place. They can continue to be in place. That's all we need. But why didn't you put that as part of your statement? Because the same judge ruled exactly as you said, except the judge said that you could leave the 300 people that you already have in place.
So we can
they can stay, they can remain, they can do what they have to do.
Okay, so that was a little spread of media because I had heard and I had saw other reporters reporting that they had ruled that he couldn't have them like at all. And so he's saying, no, they said that they just can't have more. So that's way different things.
Thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Very important day and an important announcement with great friends. Don't be rude. I can say.
Moto Ace, thank you for the sub on
Every one
YouTube.
of
Welcome
them.
in.
I rate a 10. I can't always say that, even if they're Republicans, and these are Republicans, great
What
Republicans.
just happened?
I want to thank you all for being here for this important announcement. 7 years in the making. As you know, this has been going on for a long period of time, and I am thrilled to report that the U.S. Space Command headquarters will move to the
Oh,
beautiful-
okay. Yeah. So that was the end of that one. It's just a restart. So that's pretty good to note. That's what we were finishing up from yesterday. Now we're going to be moving on to what happened with the Polish president.
so to speak.
Super
It was
excited
a
to see
pretty
about
tough
this.
Race, pretty nasty race, and he beat them all.
We see
He beat
homie
'em
over
all
here.
very
Look at this
easily, and now
guy.
he's become even more popular as
Let's
they
see
got
what's
to
going
know
on
him
with
and
this.
Know him better. He's doing a really fantastic job. So it's an honor to. I also endorsed him, so I'm very proud of that. I don't endorse too many people, but I endorsed him, and I was very proud of that. The job he's done. I want to thank Vince Haley for that recommendation. Vince was fantastic, and I appreciate it. And I can tell you who really appreciates it, Poland, because they're very happy with their president. And I just want to say it's an honor to have you. We'll be discussing trade and various other things, the things that you discuss. We'll have a few questions from you, and then we'll get on to a discussion. Then we'll have lunch, and then he goes and he meets with the Pope. And that'll be very exciting. And say hello to the Pope for me.
Yeah,
Okay?
don't be rude.
I wish I could talk to the Pope. The Pope. The Pope. Roy and Michelle, thank you for the subs on YouTube. Welcome in. I like this accent.
1 month from my
Don't be rude.
celebration for my inauguration. It means that Polish-American relations are very important, very strong. I think that we have so strong relations. that
Strong?
we have
He just said strong.
Never had. And it's very important for me. Relations are based, of course, on the values.
Right.
And thank you very much for your support, for your endorsement during my very hard campaign. I remember it, and I'm very grateful for your support. It was the fight me against others, so your support was very important. And the support
Yo, he's
of
throwing
Polish
me off
people,
track
Polish
more than
diaspora.
Trump is.
In United States
What?
of America, we have almost more than 10 million people here. And
He's
they
good, though.
voted for Donald Trump.
I can understand him really well. It just,
In vast majority, they
this
voted
joint's
for
getting to me.
So I would like to say
tuning
hello
in and
to
out.
Polish diaspora in United States of America.
I read the court
Those
order, it's
relations
public.
for
He
me,
cannot place any more than the legal amount
bonds
allowed by
are
law.
very important
So
to
no
the United
more
States of
groups can enter.
America,
Yeah, that's what I
and
assumed,
they are
Usagi.
based on values, independence, sovereignty, democracy, and I think, Mr. President, that those values are.
You think God goes to a voting booth? I don't think. I don't think he has to worry about voting.
So, thank you very much, and I hope it will be very fruitful discussion around the energy, around the economy and military service. Yeah.
And the flyover was very much in honor of your great pilot who just passed away recently, who was a legend in Poland. You might want to say something about him.
Yes, of course, it was a terrific accident in Poland. Thank you for this gesture that F-35 opened our meeting. Major Krakowian was one of the best Polish pilots, well-honed Polish pilots, and he died. He lost 2 children, so it was.
Don't be
great.
rude.
Bacon, our friends, and Michael the Archangel. Thank you for the subs on YouTube. Welcome.
He was an
And
incredible pilot.
what are they
And I
talking
think he
about,
went to the
chat?
Air Force Academy, actually. But he was a fantastic pilot. And,
Don't be rude.
Oh man, they're talking about a pilot that passed
big
away.
setback, the people of Poland are very, very sad. So we thought we'd do that.
Does anybody know?
Just a single
Anybody know what
pilot.
happened? Who it was?
And machines, American machines.
Bro's lit.
Opened our meeting.
Sheesh.
It was great, and we are waiting for 32
Archie Bunker equals Tim Pool with
F-35s
hair?
in Poland, so it also
Jesus.
shows that we have great relations according to the best.
Now I gotta look up
military
Archie Bunker.
equipment
Oh, your
on
name is
American
Do a Flip.
equipment, which build Polish security.
Am I gonna do a flip?
Poland, we've had a tremendous relationship. I think now it's
Shit.
better than ever because of this relationship, but it's a little special because we fought together. But we've always been very good. And
I'm so confused, but I'm focused on what's in front of me. What's going on? I'm trying to find out too, Lotus. I'm trying to find out too,
He's a
homie.
big man and still a big fan of yours, very much so. So it's a great honor, and we're going to talk about trade. We'll talk about some other things. We'll take a couple of questions from the media.
All right, let's look back at Trump.
Will American soldiers remain in Poland?
I might have nightmares about him.
Will American soldiers remain in Poland?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Huh?
do you know something I don't? I don't know. Yeah, we're very happy. If anything, we'll put more there if they want. But
Oh, aloha, kitty. If you put a period in between, if you don't put a space in between your periods, it thinks it's a link.
But no, they'll be staying in Poland. We're very much aligned with Poland.
Sir, on Russia and China, you certainly asked about, we saw a dramatic picture where we saw the leaders of Russia and North Korea and China together, the first time the leaders of those 3 countries have been together in this sort of show of solidarity. You said that they're conspiring against the United States. What do you think they're conspiring to do? And given this, is it reason why you should slap or would consider slapping secondary sanctions on Russia if they're conspiring against the U.S. now?
Well, I've already done that. With
Yeah,
India,
that's.
and we're doing it with regard
Has
to
that
other
reporter not
countries.
been keep it up?
I put out a truth last night. You saw that. And I
Nobody
was the
reads
one
that shit.
brought it up. I said they're only doing this. They're looking to. When they,
Chat, how
when
many
they did
people-
what they did, I
how many
thought it
people
was
in
a
this
beautiful
chat
ceremony. I
read
thought it was very,
Trump's
very
truth
impressive. But
social
I understood
thing?
the reason they were doing it, and the reason I was watching, and I was watching. My relationship.
What is good,
with
Anonymous?
all of
Welcome
them
in.
is very good. We're going to find out how good it is over the next week or two. I think that we helped China very much, as you know, when they talk about freedom. And I don't believe that, and maybe I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe that America, that the United States was acknowledged for helping China to get to gain its freedom. But perhaps that was just that was a sleight of hand. I mean, I was very surprised. I watched the speech last night. President Xi's a friend of mine, but I thought that the United States should have been mentioned last night during that speech because we helped China very, very much.
What was the reason?
They should have been invited, Mr. President.
What was the reason?
Mr. President, do you think they should have been invited?
Yes, go ahead.
You've expressed many times your frustration and disappointment with Putin, but there's no action.
Everybody in this room got an accent, bro.
How do you know there's no? How
I'm
do you know
three
there's no
three quarters of the leg of the race
Really?
there on this joint, and I am having a hard time. I feel like Trump arguing with ghosts right now. I can't even see her face.
Would you say that putting secondary sanctions on India, the largest purchaser outside of China, they're almost equal? Would you say there was no action? That cost hundreds of billions of dollars to Russia. You call that no action? And I haven't done phase 2 yet or phase 3.
Ugh.
But when you say there's no action, I think you ought to get yourself a new job, because if you remember 2 weeks ago I said if India buys, India's got big problems, and that's what happened. So don't tell me about that. Go ahead.
Mr. President,
right now, there have been survivors of Jeffrey Epstein speaking at a press
Why are you saying that
conference.
when your name is old school RuneScape with experience? Like, come on, bro.
Documents to be released. And Thomas Massey, who is sponsoring a discharge position to get the House to vote on releasing those documents, says he doesn't believe you're implicated in these.
This is not a
files, but
blunt,
maybe
this is
your
a
friends
joint.
and donors maybe, and he says that's why the Justice Department
This is a joint chat.
redacting them and slow walking the release. Is the Justice Department protecting any friends or donors, sir?
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied. From what I understand, I could check.
You
but
could
from
never
what I
be
understand,
satisfied.
Thousands of pages of documents have been given, but it's really a Democrat
To
hoax
who?
because they're trying to get
We're back on the
people
Epstein.
to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president. Even if you look at DC,
Gained this up,
right
I was
now,
messing around.
DC,
It just so
it's a
happened that's the
totally
message I
safe
saw.
Zone. It's called a safe zone. That's a term. It's a term of art. It's a safe zone because it's very safe. You can walk down the street now and nothing's going to happen. No crime, no murders, no nothing. Because we had a lot of problems with certain places, and we still do. All run by Democrats, or for the most part, run by Democrats. So what they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success, like ending 7 wars. I ended 7 wars. Nobody's going to talk about, because they're going to talk about the Epstein whatever. I understand that we were subpoenaed to give files, and I understand we've given thousands of pages of files. And I know that no matter what you do, it's going to keep going. And
What am I
think it's-
smoking for
I
those of you
think
coming in
really
at the end of this
it's
joint?
enough.
This is
I think we should talk about
lemon cherry
the greatness of
gelato.
our country and the success that we're having.
She was
I
a
think
nice,
we're
pretty one,
probably
but
having, according
burned
to
her
what I
down.
read, even from 2 people in this room, we're having the most successful 8 months of any president
The
ever.
game is smoke
And that's
this
what I
and
wanna
try to
talk
keep up with
about.
the
That's
word
what we should
vomit.
be talking about,
And
not the
I think I'm
Epstein
losing,
hoax.
chat. I think I'm losing. I could, if you ask me to summarize, I could tell you 2 things.
I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand, and he'll make a decision one way or the other, whatever his decision is. Don't We'll be either rude. happy about it or
Alexander
unhappy. And if we're unhappy about
Schneeberg,
it,
thank you for the
you'll
sub on
see
YouTube.
things
Welcome
happen.
in.
Venezuela, can you give us a sense of what
He's talking about like the war in Congo, the war in, he wants to include the war in Russia,
near Venezuela, the boat that you mentioned yesterday were 11 people
Iran.
killed. What was found on that boat, and why were the men killed instead of taken into
On the boat,
custody?
you had massive amounts of drugs. We have tapes of them speaking. It was massive amounts of drugs coming into our country to kill a lot of people.
And so we killed them, or we?
Everybody fully
I didn't catch
understands
that. What
it.
did he
In fact,
say?
You see it. You see the bags of drugs all over the boat.
We didn't
And,
kill them
they
just
were
because
hit.
they were bringing
Obviously,
drugs
they won't
in.
be doing it again, and I think a lot of other people won't be doing it again when they watch that tape. They're going to say, let's not do this. We have to protect our country, and we're going to. Venezuela's been a very bad actor. They've been, as you know, they've been sending
Chat.
millions
I gotta
of
fix
people
the
into our
bot. For some
country.
reason,
Many
if
of
you
them
don't put a space in
trained
between your
in
period, it
Iraq,
thinks it's a link.
Some of the worst gangs.
You just
some
gotta
of the
put your
worst
space.
people
Make sure you're putting your
anywhere in
spaces,
the world
guys.
in terms of
Come on.
gangs. And we had some in Washington.
We're adults
DC.
here.
We
Let's
took care of
punctuate.
them very quickly, but they're out of here. They've gone. But Venezuela.
You about to spark up with me? Mine's almost done, brother.
And sending some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world into our country. They emptied out, you don't know this, but they emptied out their prisons in Venezuela. and they emptied them out into the United States of America. And that's part of the problem we have. We're getting them out. We're getting them out rapidly.
Don't
but
be
it's
rude.
caused a tremendous
Point of
problem
Light,
with
Old
Pete
Town
and
Custom.
all of
Thank you for the
people
subs
that are
on
working
YouTube.
very
Welcome
hard
in.
to rectify the stupidity of the Biden administration, allowing these people to pour into our country with open borders. We are paying a big
Don't
price
be
as
rude.
a country for the incompetence
All
of
right,
the
guys, we
Biden
burned through it. Let's see
administration.
if I'm still catching
But
up.
think of it. Open up prisons, drug dealers, drug lords, everything coming out of Venezuela. They said that we
You little
said,
strawberry
we're not gonna
kiwi
put
to
up
wash
with
it down?
So Venezuela has been one of the worst actors in the whole group, and we have a group of pretty bad actors.
Are you wanting to enforce the
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. At the end of this month, the government or the Congress has to pass a budget. Do you think we can avoid a government? Don't be rude.
Yeah, I do. I think
Yo,
the
Mehmet
Republicans will vote for an
and Point of
extension.
Light. I think I already said
We
Point of
won't
Light.
have
Thank you for
any
the sub on
Democrat
YouTube.
votes.
Welcome
We
in.
could give the greatest
Uh-oh.
budget ever.
The Joint's
Tax
house, so look
cut
who
of
shows up.
50%, Everybody taken
What's good,
care
Kit
of,
Kat?
Perfect for women, perfect
What are you doing?
for men, perfect for minorities, perfect for everything, and we wouldn't get one vote for the Democrats because they've lost their mind. They are so deranged. They have Trump derangement syndrome, and I don't want to burn the Republican Party with it, but they really are. They've become almost sick. They actually think there is a disease. It's called Trump derangement syndrome. They've got it. No matter what we do, no matter how good.
Don't say those words. Chat's going to freak
You
out.
could give them everything that they've ever dreamed of.
Don't be rude.
Chat thinks TDS means something else. Yo, AJ, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome in.
We just approved the largest tax.
Everybody double
decrease
tap your
in the
screens
history
for
of
this
our
Kit Kat
country.
right now.
We have things, if you think of it, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security for our seniors, no tax on overtime.
Every like on this stream is a pet that I'll do to this cat.
I
see 88 right now. I'm
They've
counting.
never seen anything like this. Middle-income people get deductions. You get a deduction when you buy a car. Nobody's ever seen. And by the way, they're selling cars like crazy. Cars are pouring back because of the fact that we have tariffs. Cars are pouring back into our
These
car
are 88
plants are
pets
pouring back
from chat.
into our nation. They're coming from all over the world. They're coming back. You know, we lost about 54% of automobile manufacturing over a 30-year period, 35-year period. They're all coming back. I think they're coming
Oh
back.
God, there's
higher than
100
ever
likes now.
before. We have AI
Cat gets
going up.
100
What
pets.
we've done is amazing. And
Oh,
what
my hand's getting
what we've
tired.
passed is amazing. But the Democrats, I don't believe, will get one vote. It's very anti-crime. We want anti-crime. They're in favor of crime. We're against crime. You know,
Bro, get a
we have
hobby
those
or a
things
job.
like,
Okay, Godric
men
Gryffindor,
playing
what do you
in
want me to
women's
do?
sports,
Fucking
open
learn
borders for
magic?
everybody.
Cast spells, brother?
Transgender for everybody.
What do you
We
want from me?
Transgender for all of the crazy things.
This
that
is
we're
my
saying.
job.
And, you know, people would say they're 80-20 issues. I say they were 97-3. I always say 97-3, and nobody knows who the three are.
Don't be rude.
This is the best issue
Yolanda,
of
thank you
all.
for the sub on
They
YouTube.
are
And Nayar,
against
thank you for the
preventing
sub on
crime.
YouTube.
They are fighting
Welcome
us.
in.
I want to go into Chicago, and I have this incompetent governor that doesn't want us. Do you know that this weekend 72
Don't be
people were
rude.
shot in Chicago? I'm embarrassed to say it in front of the president of Poland. 11 people were killed. 72 people were shot. Last week, 7 people were killed.
The
in
kitty will be
Chicago.
back. Do not worry.
Place
She
which is
jumps up
probably your number
1,000
one
times.
place.
She'll come back.
But and we got to keep it safe. But 7 people were
I
killed.
will
The
not
week before
refrain.
that, 5 people
That's
were
so
killed,
funny.
And 21 people were shot. This is in 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks, I lost almost 35 people were killed. It could have been stopped. If you look at Washington, D.C., 3 weeks ago.
Dude, she's
it
here
was
right now. She's
the
about to
same
jump
or
up.
worse.
She's
And now
getting her
it's
angle
considered
right.
a totally safe zone.
And
Restaurants
she's
are
here.
Open, they're bustling. Restaurants, you have to see.
What are you doing, bro?
Restaurants were dying.
Come here.
Nobody wanted to go out. They didn't want to be attacked. They didn't want to be mugged. They didn't want to be attacked even in the restaurant. And you take a look at what's happened. Friends of mine that haven't gone to a restaurant in 4 years, one of them went out 5 times in the last 2 weeks to a restaurant.
Yeah, I know. It's Trump.
They feel totally safe.
She thinks Trump is another
Washington,
cat,
D.C.
so
is a
she'll watch
totally
it.
Safe city. You're not reporting any crime because there is none. They said crime is down 87%.
Don't be
and
rude.
I said, no, it's not. It's down 100%.
Oh, man.
Great thing going.
O'Near, thank you for the sub on YouTube. And Rance, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome
We
in.
could do it with Los Angeles. So
Oh,
we're making a
jeez.
determination now. Do we go to Chicago?
Oh, God.
Or
Don't be
do we
rude.
go to a place like New Orleans, where we have a great governor, Jeff Landry, who wants us to come in. and straighten out a very nice section of this country that's become quite, quite tough, quite bad. So we're going to be going to maybe Louisiana, and you have New Orleans, which has a crime problem. We'll straighten that out in about 2 weeks. It'll take us 2 weeks, easier than D.C. But we could straighten out Chicago. All they have to do is ask us. To go into Chicago, if we don't have the support of some of these politicians, but I'll tell you who is supporting us, the people of Chicago. And I sort of want them to let it be known. They have incompetent people. A guy like
I think I
Gavin
live
Newsom,
near a place worse
he's the
than
governor of a state
Washington,
that
D.C.
if we
just
didn't go
was.
in-
Like,
if we didn't go into Los Angeles,
y'all try to tell me Memphis, Tennessee doesn't need the help a little bit more? Do y'all even know how hard it is to have a police force in Memphis?
Officer in Los Angeles said,
Good thing I don't even live in
"There's
there.
no
I'd
way
hate
we could
that.
have done this without President Trump coming in with the troops. We
Dude, she's
saved
locked
Los
in.
Angeles
She's got a
and
hold
we
on my
saved the
my
Olympics."
neck.
Thank you very much. Don't be rude.
Christos, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome in.
Thank you. Mr. President, in regards to Gavin Newsom, would you be open to a congressional investigation in regards to the specific policies?
Oh God, y'all didn't even let me know that Trump was so off center, dude. What the hell?
Negligence on Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass in regards to those deaths?
Well, I'll tell you, there's negligence.
Just
on
fucking
not
watching-
getting people
I was
permits.
watching the
That
whole
is
time.
negligent. We got all of the federal permits. Lee Zeldin. The federal permits are much more difficult. They were all gotten within 30 days. People could go build their houses. It's going to be years before they are allowed to build their house. And Karen Bass is grossly incompetent. And Newsom, this is a very incompetent guy. I watched him with the hands. I'm saying, what's going on with the hands? There's something wrong with him.
There's something wrong with his
You watch
hands.
him. There's something
You
wrong
watch
with
his
this guy.
hands.
But more importantly, he didn't allow the water to come from the Pacific Northwest. You know, they have tremendous amounts of water in California. People don't know. They send the water out to the Pacific Ocean. So
It's
demand
a
that,
tough
if
place to
that
be on
were
both
open
sides.
During the fire,
Julian,
before the fire, you wouldn't
it's
have
crazy.
because all the sprinklers would have worked in the houses. They had no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants. You wouldn't have had the fires. It would have been put out after one house, two houses.
I've never seen
But
a
he
city
stopped
as
the
big
water from
as
coming in. And I had to
Memphis
send the military to have that water open
have
after
a
the
problem
fires.
where people don't even want to
And now
work
they have water,
there.
But he should have more because they've restricted. They still restricted. There's
Don't be
something wrong
rude.
with these people. There's something
Massimo,
really
thank you for
wrong.
the sub on YouTube.
As
Welcome
to
in.
Investigation. I view it as a gross incompetence. I view it as an ideology that's wrong. It's a radical left ideology, and if I didn't win this election, I think our country would be destroyed. I don't believe you'd be
She's
here right now, and
knocked
our country
out,
would be
bro.
destroyed. Yeah.
If I don't move, she'll sleep.
Go ahead.
Chat, everybody put 1 in chat right now if you want me to wake the cat up. Put 2 if I should let her sleep.
It's just the relationship we have. I think there's a great trust and a great more
1
than,
to wake the cat up,
more
2 to
than
let her
most
sleep.
countries, more than almost any countries. We have some in a category that's very special, and Poland is in that category. We have a very special relationship. It's like the question about the soldiers that was asked. We never even thought in terms of removing soldiers from Poland. We do think about it with regard to other countries, but we would never know.
Let her
with
sleep,
Poland
bro.
all the way, and we will help Poland
Damn,
protect
cat.
itself.
Oh, I see some wake
I
ups.
would like to add something.
Let her
Yes, of
sleep.
course, security is most important
Damn,
also
chat.
for our relationship.
Chat says you can lay up here as long as you want, cute cat.
Mr. President.
You can sleep up here all day if you
Mr.
want.
President, this is the first time in Polish history, in 20th century and the 21st century, that the Poles are happy that we have foreign soldiers in Poland. So the American soldiers are the part of our society nowadays. We have almost 10,000 soldiers, and this is the signal to the whole world and also to the Russian Federation that we are together. But we are not like the Poland free riders in Europe and in NATO. Mr. President Trump knows it because our GDP for military service.
I'm saying Memphis needs more
4.7.
help.
So we are probably
Like,
the
if he's
one
talking about
of the
places that need
nation,
help,
which is
Chicago,
on this,
Memphis is one of them.
And we will not stop.
I live near
We,
Memphis. I
as
can
the
talk on it.
President of Poland, we are going to achieve 5%.
Even
of
people that live in
GDP
Memphis say it's
military
bad.
service, but with American soldiers on
What do you
Polish
mean?
soil, we solidify and we are
Don't be rude.
secure.
Moreira, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome in.
Just about that, you know, Poland was one of 2 nations that paid more than they
Chat,
were
she's
supposed to
fucking
for
knocked.
NATO.
I wish I
don't know
could.
if anyone knows that,
Wish I
but
could
there
reach
were
up
2
there and
nations,
point the camera down and show
Poland
you
paid
guys
more
without
than they were
moving her.
supposed to. They thought it was low. And
I
by
don't even
the
know
way,
if I
since
could pick
then,
myself up.
at my
She's
request, they raised
not.
it from 2% to 5%. But Poland was one of 2 nations that paid more than they were supposed to, which was a very nice thing.
What do you mean? Where am I? I'm right here.
Never even thought about it until just now.
President Dabrowski, what's your message for
Never even thought. It wouldn't have been my place to be there.
Can we ask you on tariffs? Sir, on tariffs?
Will you visit a restaurant in DC? You haven't gone to.
I might, sure.
You haven't gone to one in either of your terms that wasn't.
How do you know? How do you know?
I live just across the state line from Memphis too. You might live close to me.
You want me to prove you
You might live close to me.
But I will, I think it's something.
Depending on which state line you're talking about.
I love the White House food, but after a while I can see going to a nice restaurant. It's safe. If you would have said like the Governor Moore wanted me to go and walk through Baltimore with him, and I said, you know, I think I'm a brave guy, but there's no reason to be stupid. They have crime that's at levels that nobody's ever seen before in Baltimore. They've done a terrible job. We'd go
You're in
into
Nashville,
Baltimore,
then you're
shut
close
it down
enough.
pretty quickly, too. You know why they respect
You know what I'm
our
saying?
soldiers?
That's
You see
like-
our soldiers. They respect our soldiers. We'd go there too.
Don't be rude.
If you, I feel if you go to Memphis enough, then, like if you visit Memphis enough, you can speak on Memphis. If you don't go there, you can't speak on it because you've never been there. But if you visit there often, then you can talk about it. I could visit anywhere and then talk about where I went and what the experience was like. I don't have to like be born and raised, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been to Elvis's house. Elvis's house is cool. Like a time, you know, go one time.
Possibly.
Mississippi state line might be
Someday it's
close.
possible. It used to be. So if you go back to 1913,
That's funny. I actually was there today, Mark. I went there today.
It was all tariffs. We didn't have income tax.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
1850
I went there today.
1913. In the 1887s, about 1887, they had the Great National Tariff Act. And it was a group of people that got together because our country was so rich.
Teddy, I
they
don't remember if I
didn't
said
know
that,
what
but
to
thank
do
you for the
with
sub on
money.
YouTube.
We had so much money, they didn't know what
Besides
to
the
do. It was a
Grizzlies,
group
Memphis
of,
is a shithole.
Very prominent people.
Buddy,
that
I'm
were
from
set
Memphis.
up
Elvis's
to
house sucks
hand
ass.
out money
Yeah.
to everybody. Because we were the richest we ever were, proportionately.
I
We
mean,
were
let's talk about Beale
1887,
Street, you
around
know?
that time.
Beale Street's
Even
cool.
in 1913.
Except for what
we
happened
ended
last
them
weekend.
In 1913, how did that work?
Other than
out?
that, it's a
And then
fun
we went
time.
to the income tax system, and then we had the Depression. And by the way, a lot of people try and say that, oh, tariffs with the Depression. No, they ended in 1913, and then we went to income tax, and then
Nobody from Memphis
1929
cares
had
about
the
Elvis's
Depression.
house. That's
And
facts.
They did try and
That's
bring
so
it back
facts.
in 1931-32, but the Depression had long started, and this poor, beautiful nation was gone. It was gone. We suffered for 25 years. Took 25, 30 years to really recover from the Depression.
Many Irish in Memphis? I don't know.
never wanna
I
see
don't know
that
about
happen
that.
again.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Tariffs
There's a lot of
are
Irish
vital
bars
to
in
the
Memphis.
success
There's a
this
lot of
country.
Irish pubs.
When I say I ended 7 wars,
You might be
at least
right.
half
You
of
might be
those
onto
wars were
something.
ended because of the power of tariffs. I
Beale
was
Street,
able to
Cooper
say,
Young
"No,
Music
we're not
Fest,
doing
Barbecue
any
Fest,
business with
Shelby
you, or
Farms.
if you're going
Yeah,
to
there's
war,
some other
we're
cool
putting a
stuff.
big tariff on you. And all of a sudden they announced that the war was settled. I settled 7 different.
You guys listen to Memphis
wars.
radio station?
One going 31
It's
years.
pretty good.
Look at the Congo and Rwanda. Look at that.
We got a lot of people
31
that live
years.
close to me in this
10
chat.
million
What's going on,
people
YouTube? Are you putting
I got it
what's up with this algorithm?
And
You
a
got
little bit of
you're
that
putting the
much
ones close to me.
less than in some
I better watch what I
places had to
say.
do with trade and had to do with tariffs. So it's tariffs are vital to our country. And just so you know,
We're
other countries
everywhere.
use them on
What the
us,
fuck is happening?
But I just used them a lot
There's so many
better.
people that know
We're
about
much
Memphis or lived in
better
Memphis.
positioned. We have trillions of dollars coming into our country. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be a very poor nation, and we would be taken advantage of by every other nation in the world, friend and foe. We're not going to let that happen. And we have a very, very big case in the Supreme Court. I can only say this.
Hey, everybody, make sure you double tap your screens, bro. Let's get as many people in here as possible. We're up to 140, which is pretty
We
fire.
can also be unbelievably poor again. If we don't win that case, our country is going to suffer.
For those of you that are new here, this is our update hour. We do an update hour on politics just on the U.S. so we know what's going on. We're not really politically driven on this channel. We're just like to keep updated.
They're foreign. countries have
Do a lot of
taken
other stuff. You
advantage
guys
of the
check it out.
United
It's good.
States for so many years. And I started with China. You know, last term I took in hundreds of billions of dollars
Both,
in tariffs
J.O.
from China. But when
Both.
COVID came,
If you
the
just
last
want to
thing I
listen to
was gonna
Trump,
do
go
is
find this video.
tariff France Don't and be Italy rude. and,
Dandy, thank you for the sub on
Spain
YouTube. Welcome in.
when they were doing so badly. But now we made a deal with the European Union where they're paying us almost $1 trillion, and they're happy to do it. You know what? They're happy. It's done. These deals are all done. I guess we'd have to unwind them. We've done deals with Japan, with South Korea. We've done deals with many countries and others to come. And if we didn't have the power, prestige, and dignity of tariffs, and I used them wisely, and people respect America again, and we've become a
Sounds like a liberal channel. Again, like I said, we're not politically driven on this channel.
And again,
I believe
they use them on us.
I believe if you live in America, you should keep up to date on America, at least know what's going on in the country you live in. So that's why I listen to the president. I didn't vote this last term, and we're not politically driven on this channel. So
we didn't have them,
tough.
they would use them on us, and we would have no way to fight
I just
them.
think we gotta.
We would be a
You gotta
third
listen.
world nation.
Everybody's
So
got to know what's
I think
happening.
It's one of the most important cases I've ever seen go before the Supreme Court of the U.S.
I mean, I sparked a joint at the beginning of this stream and said, try to keep up with the word vomit. I don't know how you want to label me.
That deadline is now nearly approached. Can you give us any indication when you will make it?
Well, I'm having a conversation with him very shortly, and I'll know pretty much what we're going to be doing. We've taken
You're
very
looking after
strong
his shoulder. Let me
action,
fix
as you
it.
know.
Whoops.
And in other ways, we've taken very strong action. But I'll be speaking to him over the next few days, and we're going to see.
With who, sir?
I'm going to know exactly what's happening. But I'm not happy with all the people. You got 7,819 people killed last week. Russian soldiers and Ukraine soldiers, right? Not American soldiers, not soldiers from Poland, but they're human beings. They're souls. They have parents. They wave goodbye to their parents, and their
Same, Troy. Same.
parents never
I don't
see
know
them
what's.
again. That's the
I
end.
just listen to the man talk.
Over a stupid war, and I want to see it stopped. Now we have stopped the money we send weapons to NATO. They pay full price. We don't. You know, Biden spent $350 billion so stupidly, and it was one of the reasons that this.
You like looking at his shoulder better? That's
a big
tough.
reason this war happened was sitting right in these chairs. This one in particular. So, I will tell you that I think we're going to have a good solution, but they're losing soldiers at levels that nobody has seen since the Second World War. This is the worst conflict, and it's just going on and on. It's one's defense, one's offense. The offense moves a little bit, just a little bit. You take a look.
I played
They move
Battleship.
inches. They're dropping bombs and killing everybody. The whole thing is not since the Second World War has there been anything even close to this. And they're not soldiers from my country. This is my country. But I have a power to end things. That's why I was able to end 7 other wars. And you know that I thought of the 7,
America.
basically 7. Those were tough wars to end. Much tougher, I thought, than the war with Ukraine and Russia. I thought that Ukraine and Russia have a very good relationship with President Putin. I thought that would be much easier. I thought that would be in the middle of the pack, maybe one of the easiest. Sometimes you never know with war. You know, war is a very interesting thing. You never know with war.
War
is
never
complex and
changes.
dangerous, and what a mess! What a bloody mess! It's going to get done one way or the other. But they have to stop killing all of these souls. They're souls, and we have to stop killing.
So, I mean, that was with the Poland president. Although the Polish president didn't quite get to talk too much there. Didn't talk too much. Yo, Magdalena, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome in. So that's like, there was like one other thing. This was like the only other thing that was new.
You saw the video.
But I'm not
the new
too
Axis
sure.
of Evil, as they're calling it, met in
I
Beijing.
feel.
So Xi Jinping put on a
Look at
really
this.
big military parade to greet his partners in crime, Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. Now, the
Did you
CCP
guys
was
see
showing
this?
off some new weaponry, some laser weapons, nuclear ballistic missiles, robotic wolves. The day ended apparently with a musical.
Are those
gala.
fucking ninjas? Whoa, bro. We don't have ninjas no more. They're about to hit us with
Now,
ninjas?
the CCP was showing off some new weaponry, some laser weapons,
Wait.
nuclear ballistic missiles, robotic wolves. The day
Fucking
ended apparently
ninja.
with a musical gala. Because what dictator doesn't love song, dance, and
Are you kidding me?
Meanwhile, President Trump is not in the partying mood and posted a message for the three amigos, sending his warmest regards as they conspire against the United States.
They were hoping I was watching, and I was watching. My relationship with all of them is very good. We're going to find out how good it is over the next week or two. We helped China very much, as you know, when they talk about freedom. And I don't believe that, and maybe I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe that America, that the United States was acknowledged for helping China to get...
Bro, we're going to need all the warlords from One Piece to take those ninja out, bro. That's all I can think about.
That was a sleight of
They're going
hand.
to fuck us up, bro. We don't got ninja.
And if he seems ticked off as Xi,
Swords don't work against 308 green tips. You don't fucking hear a sword coming.
To President Putin, he knows where I stand, and
You ain't never
I'll
seen
make a
Zorro.
decision one way or the other. Whatever his decision is, we'll either be happy about it or unhappy. And if we're unhappy about it, you'll see things happen.
Here to react to all of this.
Shit, that blew my mind.
Foundation's National Security
I kind of want to go watch that parade.
She's also Deputy National Security Advisor in Trump 1. Victoria, look, it's obviously what's going on here. China is feeling the Trump tariffs and feeling it really hard. We see slowdowns, manufacturing slowdowns. Russia is feeling the pinch from this ongoing war. They're trying to band together to box out the United States.
I want to watch that parade. Putin, Kim Jong-un, homieing up.
Well, Laura, good to be with you. I was doing some math earlier, which isn't the easiest thing for me, but I was trying to total up the GDPs that were represented in Beijing today, which was Kazakhstan, it was Russia, it was Belarus, it was North Korea, it was China, and they came in, if I gave them the benefit of the doubt, at about 22 trillion, 19 of which is China.
Use power
And then I was
sprayers with
thinking about
acid?
the net worth that was represented
Chad,
in
we
the
can't.
Oval
That's
Office a couple of weeks ago with the
that's
president
crazy,
between
bro.
the
We don't know
EU,
who's gonna
UK,
die.
and the United States, and that's north of 50 trillion. So I think those are the numbers that count, that you have a massive dominance in the economic sphere by the United States. As you said, both China and Russia are hurting. I think that is the leverage the president has kept over these past
He said,
years, and
look
that's
at-
what he's going to
look at the
deploy
camera.
if he has to. If Putin won't see reason, come to the table and make a reasonable deal
God,
to end
man.
the killing in Ukraine.
People are talking about the hot mic comment that was caught. They caught a few remarks from Putin about living forever. Watch.
What?
In the past, people rarely lived longer than 70 years. But today, they say that at 70, you are still a child.
Human organs can be continuously transplanted.
What?
The longer you live, the younger you become, and can even achieve immortality.
The fuck is he talking to this guy about?
Headed up the KGB.
Immortality?
So anyone who thinks that that was a hot mic, I mean, I shouldn't have described it that way. He knew exactly what he was saying, and he knew it was going to be picked up on microphone. For anyone who doesn't understand how the KGB operated for decades and decades and still does, they didn't get that. But what did you make of that? That was sending a message to everyone out there, was it not?
That was pretty incredible, and I think not surprisingly, both Putin and Xi recently turned 70, so suddenly they're fixated on their mortality.
How many
And
people do you
you
think do
literally
that,
have
bro?
them conspiring to
Transfer
be
organs to
dictators,
stay
not
alive
just for life,
longer?
but for all eternity.
Is it
And this
possible?
pretty ghoulish.
Talking about living to
Or somebody who
150?
purports to
Yeah,
be,
talking about
like,
eternity. Bro can live to 150.
Christian like Putin, saying he's going to harvest organs to, to fool God and live forever. It's just it.
I don't think you could do that forever by getting younger organs, but like that doesn't work like that. Your body gets old.
And the Russian people.
You can't move your brain
something to be
to a new
farmed
body.
for their own immortality.
Well, China's
We can't do that yet.
long suspected to be.
How the fuck is he?
harvesting
What is he
organs
talking
from
about?
prisoners. And I think what this brings up is why be in any rush to do any deal with China? We know what China wants to do. Let them cool their jets. They want to play this game. We should play it on
That's what
our
I'm
side.
saying. He
We
has to have
do
a
any deal
brain
with China.
transplant. How the fuck can you do
Figure out
that?
our rare earths and our own magnets and let China.
You can't do that. We can't do that yet, can we? You cannot enter a new body. It's not real.
Live from the North Lawn.
Who is this? He's a vampire. He figured it out.
Order is forming. Across President Trump's 2 terms, he has had direct diplomacy with President Xi and President Putin and Kim Jong-un.
Ninjas.
Today, all 3 of
We got
those
Mach 4
leaders
and 2
teamed
megawatt
up
lasers.
for a show of force against the United States.
My relationship.
Homie over here still think about the ninjas like me.
You'd never know
Fucking
it based
ninjas
on
are crazy.
President Trump's Truth Social post to Xi. Please give my
Bro, do you have
warmest
money? You
regards
can
to
do
Vladimir
anything?
Putin
I
and
don't
Kim
believe that,
Jong-un as
bro.
you conspire
I don't
against
believe
the
that.
United States of America.
Unfortunately, the
Chat.
weakness of the
On God, has there been one case of anyone ever who's been able to take their brain out of one body and put it in another body and it start fucking moving that body? If that's possible, if that's happened, I need to know right the fuck now. I need to know that. I'm gonna change professions.
Previous administration has driven Russia and China closer together. That was a terrible development of a lack of American leadership and a lack of American strength.
China's military might was on full display in Tiananmen Square as 10,000 Chinese troops marched in formation alongside nuclear weapons, hypersonic missiles, and even robot wolves. Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un.
I want to see the robot wolves, bro. What the fuck are those?
Stands. President Trump was not invited.
Never even thought it wouldn't have been my place to be there.
But President Trump is watching and waiting for Vladimir Putin to stop his Ukraine offensive. Putin claimed today Russia is advancing on all fronts and that he'd meet with Zelensky if he'll come to Moscow. President Trump plans to phone Zelensky tomorrow.
I have no message to President Putin. He knows where I stand.
I saw that,
She appears
Nana,
less
but
concerned about Putin's
I don't think it
assault
worked.
on Ukraine, agreeing to move
You know what I'm
forward with a
saying?
massive Russia to China pipeline called Power of Siberia 2.
There is no charity here, not on either side. These are mutually beneficial agreements.
Putin and Xi have proven they've got staying power as superpowers, and it could remain that way for decades to come, according to a hot mic moment about medical technology.
In the past, people rarely lived longer than 70 years. But today, they say that at 70, you are still a child.
Human organs can be continuously transplanted. The longer you live, the younger you become, and can even achieve immortality.
That is a fascinating, one-of-a-kind window into the world of two 72-year-old world leaders without term limits trying to game out
Or
according to
terminal
Xi's
illnesses.
later how to live as long as 150 years old. Right.
That is quite
Don't
something.
be rude.
Peter, what about
Yo,
the
Sarav,
Abraham
thank you for the
Accords?
sub on
Why are they
YouTube. Welcome
danger
in.
of possibly falling apart tonight.
If Israel decides in coming weeks and months to annex parts of the West Bank, then the UAE is telling White House officials that the Abraham Accords could fall apart, according to a report that is just crossing in Axios. It sounds like UAE diplomats are trying to talk President Trump into talking Netanyahu out of the idea of annexing any of the West Bank. And if he can do that, then the thought is that President Trump may be able to accomplish his goal of expanding.
Ira, I
the
thought you might be AI.
Right.
All right, Peter Ducey live on the North Lawn. Peter, thank you.
So President Trump will host Poland's new president at the White House today.
It comes as
We got about
President
7
Xi,
more minutes left in the update hour. Everybody
Putin
double
and
tap your
Kim
screens. Let's
Jong-un
get as
this
many people in here to
morning
finish
for a
off as we
massive military
can.
parade in Beijing.
Senior White House
See the
correspondent
ninjas,
Jackie
and
Robert
that's
is
pretty
live
much
at the
it.
White House with more. Jackie.
Good morning to you guys. Later on this morning, President Trump will
If you weren't
host
in
the
early, you
newly
missed all the good
sworn-in
shit.
Polish president to talk about Polish security concerns. They are, of course, positioned on NATO's eastern flank as the war rages on in Ukraine. President Trump said yesterday he's very disappointed in
Here, I'm
Vladimir
kidding.
Putin for stalling these peace talks, and he said we'll be doing
I'm kidding.
something to help people live. But his ire was also directed at China yesterday. As
I don't think
President
anyone
Xi
can live
held
to
this
150, bro. It's
massive
just not gonna
military
happen.
parade commemorating the end of World War II, showcasing cutting-edge weapons like hypersonic missiles, underwater drones, and a weaponized robot wolf. In attendance, both Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Trump posted on Truth Social, "Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America." A little firmer than this message from earlier in the day.
China needs us, and I have a very good relationship with President Xi, as you know. But China needs us.
Here comes
much more than we
Space
need
War.
them.
Yeah, that's what I'm really
And I
worried
had
about.
Actually, a very good meeting with President Putin a couple of weeks ago. We'll see if
Yo,
anything
put me
comes
on
out of
Mars
it. If it
first,
doesn't,
bro. I'll
we'll
colonize.
Take a different stance.
Meantime, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tried to direct blame at President Trump for Xi, Putin, and Kim Jong-un showing a united front in defiance of the West.
America is more isolated, less respected, wields less influence over the world affairs.
That looks like that one judge I
because
see on
of President
Facebook
Trump. When Donald
Reels.
Trump is not running America's
You
economy
guys know what I'm
to the
talking
ground,
about? I think he passed away.
He's been busy incinerating America's reputation on the world stage.
I should correct myself, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
He's a good guy.
President Trump was asked if he had spoken with Putin in the last week in that Oval Office meeting with reporters. He declined to say whether he had, but he said in the next few days we should all be learning more. He also warned that there will be consequences if Putin does not meet with
Cyrus, thank you for the sub on
So far,
YouTube.
that
Welcome
second meeting
in.
has not come together, guys.
Yeah, not close. Thanks so much, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.
Love that Chuck Schumer has to read that. Someone wrote that for him.
Well, yeah, he's always glued to his
paper.
notes. But I mean, look, they were trying to send a message with that meeting. If you look at all those people, they're the reason why so many Ukrainians are dying. Look, for example, India, who was there 2 days ago. If it wasn't for them buying oil at 30% of the market price, there wouldn't be anything to fuel the Russian war machine. If it wasn't for China sending all the electronics and dual-use material over to them, they wouldn't be able to fight. If it wasn't for the North Koreans,
That was
sending
AI
their
generated.
soldiers to fight as well as work in their factories, they would still have Ukraine in Kursk. So, and they are providing raw material, raw artillery to the Russians who were running out. So that axis of evil is functioning as a wheel.
But the axis is run out of money, and the people are getting very frustrated. Their economies are tanking, and the president held on more tariffs on China when he put tariffs on India because they're doing business with the Russians. It could come very soon. I think the president's view has always been, look, I want peace, and I don't want to escalate things, but the moment I figure out that peace cannot be solved here, then the sanctions, the military equipment is going to be rolled in.
Just for context, the president said the People's Republic of China should officially acknowledge the assistance of the United States during World War II and mentioned the massive amount of support and blood that the U.S. has given China for its quest for victory. In 2014, the Chinese government declared September 3rd, which was, when this was happening, Victory Day, because Japan surrendered on September 2nd in 1945. So America backed China, assisted them, people paid the ultimate price, and the president is saying, this is how you thank us. You had an interview with Van Kipp from South Carolina.
I don't think I caught the parade. We covered the parade, I think. I didn't catch it live. I think we covered it afterwards.
Has inherited a mess, and he's doing the right things to rebuild our military. And he was the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Army and former General Counsel to the Navy. I think we have a soundbite from Brian's interview with him.
And they spend $5 billion on this parade, and their economy is in shambles, their population is declining. This is what I call communist Chinese fake news and fake history. They downplayed the U.S. involvement in what we did to win World War II. They're playing up the Soviet Union. Brian, the fact is that the Soviet Union in the spring of 1941 entered into a neutrality treaty with Japan because they didn't want to have to fight Japan and Germany at the same time. I'd like to see the United States counter this communist Chinese fake history, and I'd like to see us next year have our own celebration of the end of World War II. This president, I think, is doing the right things to rebuild the American military so that we can deal with the China threat and other nefarious characters throughout the world.
Nefarious
The main message was China is strong, fears no one,
He's from the
is ready
South.
to take a leading role in the world. The Chinese people are not afraid of violence and are self-reliant and strong. I think the answer would be we're going to give South Korea, allow them to bulk up their military, via Vietnam as well. Make sure the Philippines has never been more ready. They could purchase these weapons. These are decent economies. And then we've realized that there's going to be an answer.
Yeah, let's see how the polls came out.
China does, and North Korea is now in that evil family.
Don't be rude.
Taiwan.
Taiwan has got a.
Yo, Bala, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome in.
5 years ago, we still have not done it, but that's going to be key. You got to make that a porcupine, or the invasion will be
47%. He's a monster. Chat did not like Trump.
And North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at a gala later this morning after the three attended China's military parade. Putin and Kim also held their own bilateral meeting where Putin reportedly invited the North Korean leader to Russia. Here to break all of this down is national security and military analyst Dr. Rebecca Grant. Dr. Grant, good morning to you. This is the first time these three leaders have ever been at an event together. And President Trump reacted.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to probably take our pause on that. Our update hour is coming to a close. You guys, we did have a great stream today. Thank you for everyone who hit that like button. Thank you for everyone who subscribed during this stream. We go live every day. You're going to see a new video, new live, and new short every day. Hit that subscribe button. We got crazy content coming out. You don't even know what's coming. But I'm going to go ahead and skip along, guys. Enjoy. Try not to assault the next streamer too much. I mean, you know, when you swipe, whoever you swipe to next, bro, give them some good vibes. I don't know what y'all got going on in my chat, but I'll let y'all get it out here. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.